Welcome to Whiskey and Whitetails, where we bring you stories, news, and strategies from the distillery to the deer stand. I'm Gus.
I keep doing these. I'm Matt.
I want to fuck with you each week with something
I
different
like
and
it. I like
ridiculous.
it.
Yeah, thank you to the Waypoint Network for having us. Thank you to you, the listeners, subscribers, for all your support, and thank you to our Patreon for all their support. Of course, our executive producers, all the ways they help us with the show. You can get in on that too if you go to patreon.com/whiskey and whitetails. Good episode for you today. We just kind of hung back and chatted a little bit. We're in the midst of this tropical storm Debbie, so trying to get a
Deborah.
little, yeah, Deborah. Sorry, Deborah, whatever her name
It's
is.
Debbie. I just call her Deborah.
So yeah, just hung out. But before we get into the podcast this week, Matt, why don't you tell us who helps make it possible?
Well, I think our favorite segments are back here for the intro. This, I'm not even going to say what it is, but I'm going to, or why I'm reading it this way. You'll find out eventually. Whereas the advent of telecommunications has rendered itself for the people to possess affordable and reliable cell service, and whereas the citizens are desirous of a mobile provider that offers flexibility, transparency, and cost-effective plans, and whereas Mint Mobile, purveyor of wireless service, has distinguished itself by offering plans that start as low as $15 a month, thus providing frugal alternative to the burdensome contracts imposed by other carriers. Be it therefore enacted by the authority vested in the undersigned that one, a resolution to require Mint Mobile service is hereby proposed on the benefit of the general public and the individual good. Provisions of services shall include, but not be limited to, unlimited talk and text, high-speed data, nationwide coverage of the 5G and 4G LTE networks, the option to bring one's own device or to procure a new order through Mint Mobile. All spices that three, upon acceptance of these terms, subscribers shall be entitled to select a plan duration of 3, 6, or 12 months, with potential savings occurring with longer terms, thereby incentivizing frugality and long-term planning. That said, subscribers shall be further endowed with the liberty to switch plans at will, add data as needed, and manage their account with unprecedented ease via the Mint Mobile app or website. That, in accordance with this resolution, any incumbent service provider's stranglehold shall be summarily terminated and the number ported seamlessly to Mint Mobile without any undue delay or hindrance. That should any grievance arise, customer service shall support that individual via chat or phone, ensuring that the subscriber's voice is heard and their issues redressed with due diligence. And be it further resolved that this transition to Mint Mobile be undertaken with all deliberate speed, ensuring that the citizenry is empowered with the telecommunication services they deserve, free from the yoke of exorbitant fees and unsatisfactory coverage. So ordered this day by the undersigned in the pursuit of affordable, satisfactory mobile for all. Please go to mintmobile.com/whiskey and check out everything that's available for you. Can't believe I made it through that. I did it the long read. This is my 1-year Mint Mobile anniversary, which they sent me a gift. How many
Congratulations.
fucking mobile service people? Special day activated on August 2nd, 2023. I haven't aged a day, it says.
I think AT&T upped my price on my birthday, on my 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You want to hear something really sad? I've used 284.6 gigabytes of data in the last year. You had us at a hello. I spent 7,895 minutes on the phone, and I've sent 4,623 texts.
God damn.
But you know what? Even bigger number? The amount of savings that I got by switching to Mint Mobile.
Well, as recognized,
these guys are in for, and girls, and whatever cats. I don't care.
Recognizing Vantage Point Archery for excellence in archery equipment and services. Whereas Vantage Point Archery, accessible at vparchery.com, has consistently demonstrated unparalleled dedication to the craftsmanship and innovation of archery equipment. And whereas Vantage Point Archery has earned the trust and respect of hunters, archers, and outdoor enthusiasts nationwide through its commitment to quality, precision, and performance. And whereas the company's extensive selections of broadheads, arrows, and accessories is crafted with meticulous attention to detail, ensuring superior reliability and effectiveness in the field. And whereas Vantage Point Archery's mission to enhance the archery experience and supported by a team of passionate professionals who prioritize customer satisfaction and stand ready to provide expert advice and support. And whereas The dedication of Vantage Point Archery is sustainable practices and ethical hunting further exemplifies their commitment to the archery community and the preservation of our natural environment. And whereas by choosing Vantage Point Archery, the customers are not only investing in top tier equipment, but also supporting a company that values tradition, integrity, and the pursuit of excellence. Now,
Hold on. I
therefore,
can't believe
be it
you wrote
resolved
the
that
same
we
thing I wrote.
recognize and commend Vantage Point Archery for their outstanding contributions to the archery industry and encourage all those who appreciate the art and sport of archery to visit VP Archery and experience the difference of Vantage Point Archery.
I don't believe that that was not planned.
No, it was not planned. But I had to move my read over your face because I couldn't keep it together with you over there
because you knew it was coming.
laughing like that.
That's hilarious that we both did the same thing.
Yep, I thought it was
Unbelievable.
funny.
For those that don't know that are new here, we have been taking a break from ad reads because we just have, and you've gotten plenty. I think you get 4 per commercial, 4 per podcast, but we realized on YouTube you guys are missing out on ad reads, so we're bringing them back, and that's
Indeed.
hilarious. We write our own reads, usually using Chat GPT, which is what that was. It's just funny that we use the exact same prompt.
Yeah, when you brought it up, I was like, it'd be funny for an ad read to be written this way, and so I threw it in really quick, and then when you started yours, I was like, okay, keep a straight face, don't say anything, don't say anything.
We've known each other a long time at this point, and it shows.
All right, man. I
Enjoy
gotta
the
do some
podcast.
grocery shopping. Yep, enjoy, guys.
What's going on?
Man, I'm it's been a day.
Yeah, me too. Because the things that I normally do at work that make things a lot easier, I had to do from home because of the hurricane, tropical storm, whatever this is. Now we're talking.
One of those kind of days.
Now we're talking.
I haven't had one of those days in a while.
Well, congratulations. Welcome to the one of those days crew. I might time
I mean,
one
I've
on
had
tonight.
plenty of them. I've not had this much to drink in a while, and that's saying something.
I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm definitely not having more than one beer, though. I'm going to drink whiskey.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, man. Storm. Too bad. How is it up there? I know it's not doing anything right now, but I was actually just going to pull it up and look and see where
Yeah,
we're
it's
looking.
kind of quiet right now. I mean, the rain started day before yesterday, sprinkling off and on, just getting those outer part of that system, and then yesterday, I guess night before last, I felt like it's when it started. And I mean, it rained all day yesterday, and it's been off and on all day today. Our pond in the backyard is probably 10 feet from my fence.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's a, yeah.
Looking at
We'll
the
see.
radar, I'm pushing this out for 2 hours from now, and there's still 0 rain in Charleston. But it kind of looks like the storm's breaking up already. I mean, all the big bands are already up towards Richmond. I mean, Richmond, Virginia right now is getting some of the bigger bands. This thing may die when it hits the ocean. I don't know. Or it's possible, that it picks up, which we'll find out here shortly.
Yeah, that's what they're expecting it to do. That's what the models show, is that it turns right, picks up, gains some energy, and then comes back in.
The eye of it right now is over Skidway Island, which is the last island before you get to Savannah.
Right.
So it's getting ready to go over Tybee, and then it'll be in the ocean by 8 p.m. It should be out in the middle of the ocean, swirling around. Well, not out in the middle, but pretty far off coast.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what it does, but all good so far.
If that rain hadn't stopped when it did, because high tide was here around 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
If it didn't stop, it's pretty much stopped right when high tide was here, and I'm glad, because if it didn't, I would have had water in the garage for sure. The road was, the road was full of water. It was the driveway, and my driveway is pretty flat, so would have been crazy.
I mean, what would you do if it crested all the way into the yard and into the pool? What does that do for your pump in the pool?
Well, I turned the pump off because of all the down rain.
Mm-hmm.
My pool has an overflow kind of thing in it, so it's been overflowing for I'd guess the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
But I turned the pump off just in case everything got wet in there. I didn't want
Yeah, okay.
to deal with electrical issues as well. So it's not running. So my pool's like pretty green right now, but
Yeah.
I can fix it. So I'm not worried about it. It's easier to throw chemicals in it than it is to fix the electrical problem. So,
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot cheaper too.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And I even got some non-chlorine bleach, which is made by Clorox, which is fucking weird, but it's made for saltwater pools. So I was gonna try that out. Just dump a bunch of it in there.
I got an idea, guys. We're gonna make a product, and it's not going to include our flagship product in
Right.
it.
We're still gonna call it bleach, but we're gonna tell everybody it doesn't have bleach in it, and that way saltwater people will use it. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I started my day looking at the SJ Resolution 106.
Oh, talk to me.
I figured I could start with the one that was from September 18th, 2001, just so we can, you know,
Have some context.
yeah. Well, share this tab instead. So this is difficult to read, but basically this was 10740. And it's put into law joint resolution. But basically, this is what gave us the permission to go into Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
So this joint resolution may be cited as the authorization for use of military force. You get it.
Right.
And then I was like, let's look at the one from Iraq. So this is the newer format, congress.gov.
Mm-hmm.
So you see here, House. I guess I should explain that. So joint resolutions or so HJ res or SJ res, depending on how it's said. And then they're followed by a number. So it's like a bill, except a joint resolution requires approval from both chambers.
Mm-hmm.
And then the president has to sign it in order to make it law. So there's really no difference between a joint resolution and a bill. The joint resolution is just used for emergency appropriations or sometimes for continuing a law. So anytime they do an emergency one, it still doesn't get fast tracked. It's still got to wait its turn. But they're also used for proposing amendments to the Constitution. Interesting enough. But anyway, they have to be approved by 2/3 of both chambers and 3/4 of the states. And they don't require the president's signature to become part of the Constitution if you're trying to do that. But these are just to go to war. So here's our authorization for use of military force against the Iraq resolution of 2002. You can see here it became law.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is a new one that popped up July 31st. A joint resolution authorized the use of United States armed forces against the Islamic Republic of Iran for threatening the national security of the United States through development of nuclear weapons. So now they're saying there's weapons of mass destruction in Iran, which there probably are.
I would say if I had to throw a dart and pick one, it would be Iran.
Well, here's my problem with it. You know for a fact that we're not going, that this wasn't introduced because of nuclear weapons.
No, that's just using big words that are going to get the population's support. It has nothing to do with that.
How can we go into Iran and defend Israel and waste, but also like with the stock market pretty much tanking.
So
the Japan one was pretty bad. And then ours, I guess, is on, it looks like as of August 6th, who knows what this will be like 5 days from now when this podcast comes out, but looking pretty not good.
Yeah. It's whenever, those reports came out with, all signs pointing to a recession. They were this one particular article was naming some very specific stock market and economic measurements, that are based on certain calculations. Economic shit that I was terrible in macro and microeconomics in college. So, but they named like these 5 things, and it was like the last time these 5 things hit, these points. And it was the 2008 housing bubble. And then they cited a few other things, and they were like, just today, these 5 things hit these thresholds again. And the first thing in my mind said, sounds like it's about time for a war.
Yeah.
To get all that fixed, because nothing boosts the American economy like the military industrial complex.
Sure doesn't. And Lockheed stock seems to be doing quite well right now.
Of course it is.
And thankfully they'll keep Skunk Works open so we can continue to make weapons of mass destruction to release on other people,
so we can go beat other people up for having weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, exactly.
No, just us.
It's safer if we have it. Trust me. That's what.
Oh, man,
that's a good way to put it. The other thing too is the pizza thing. So like if those that aren't familiar with the ordering of pizza at the Pentagon, apparently that's ramped up. People are spending long nights in the Pentagon getting pizza ordered for them. The other thing, did you see Jim Cramer? You know who Jim Cramer is?
Yeah.
So I'll explain that too. For those that don't know who Jim Cramer, he's probably the worst economist, like stockbroker guy ever. There's entire Reddit pages dedicated to his
Fuck
stuff,
ups.
and people do the opposite and make money. Like he's not good. He's terrible. So
He
this is what
was
he dropped. He said,
oh
"Oh, go ahead."
no, I was just saying he made his name by on a one of the news channels. He's really when we were growing up, he had a TV show and he would talk
Yep.
about stocks. He's real animated.
Yep.
And he had the buy button and a sell button or whatever. And you got to buy. And he'd bang on his desk, and he was all over the place. But yeah, a lot of people followed him, took his advice very seriously, and lost a lot of money.
And a lot of people made a lot of money because he's an idiot. So here's what Jim Cramer said a couple days ago: Nasdaq futures dropping as if it's the end of the world. Memo to all: it isn't. And then Elon Musk retweeted it and said, "Uh oh."
I would vote for that
Uh,
man for president.
yeah, I don't. I think
I
he's too
would.
busy, but
Oh, 100%.
yeah,
But hey, everyone said that about Trump at one point, I'm sure.
yeah, that's true. And yep, I guess Trump did. I guess he does have like
At what
multiple
point do
million
you
dollar
build
businesses.
yeah, exactly. At what point do you build such an empire that you realize the only way to keep it protected as well as the entire economy and populace who you rely on to feed it is to become the president and protect it yourself?
Yeah, yeah, and
I'm
I
not
don't know
saying
that
that's what he
the
did, but
I think don't doesn't everybody hate him right now? I don't really pay attention to shit, but I thought
who?
I kept seeing
Elon
people
Musk?
talking shit about Elon Musk.
Oh, everybody finds a reason to talk shit about him. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like
stupid.
that he pisses people off. It makes me happy.
I do too. I think it's. I like most people that piss people off. I think it's a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, also new hats are out. I'm wearing one right
Yeah.
now.
I love it.
I'm not going to fix the zoom on that. But you can go to our store, or you can also go to social media and click our link in bio thing. We moved everything to Etsy because Shopify is expensive, and
Yep.
we're just getting out of it. But the extremely limited release. We got 15 hats of each design. I'm keeping one. Gus is keeping one, so that's 13 for sale.
Get them while you can. Get them while they're hot.
And we're gonna blow through hat sales, but just letting the listeners know there's not a lot. But we would only did that many because we wanted to see what sells because we got 3 different designs. Might as well just show them, right? I'll just
It's
show you
also like we're very gun shy when it comes to buying hats and apparel
very.
because to our own demise, we're very picky about it. Like things have to look nice. It has to be something I'd be willing to buy, and uh, maybe it's to our own. Like I said, maybe it's to a fault, but we're very picky about what we approve. I mean, we've probably given as much apparel away as we've sold because we
I don't
refuse to charge people for it.
I don't know if that's true. We've definitely charged a lot of people for apparel.
Well, maybe not with this business, but between
Oh no, yeah,
other
no, yeah.
businesses.
I was about to say I don't believe that's. Yeah, we've owned business in the past where we did
Nice.
apparel, and we definitely
Yeah.
lost our
Yeah. Yeah.
assholes
Yeah.
on it. So this is the newest design. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool design.
I like the variety.
This one, I made this again. I didn't make many of these because we had somebody reach out that wanted one, and I don't remember who it was. So if that was you, it's a camo hat with whiskey and whitetails in orange. Let me know. And then,
Oh, it's not changing pictures if you're changing pictures.
oh, it's not.
Mm-mm.
Huh.
Weird. It's like the screen just sort of.
No, I know it's wrong. Let me try that again. I'm going to share the entire screen this time. There we go.
Oh, you shared the specific application or picture.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
that
right. So
looks good though.
here's the one.
Yeah, that looks good.
I literally have 2 or 3 of them. I didn't make very many.
Nice.
This is the next one. This is the one I'm wearing right now. I think this might be my favorite.
I there's another hat that I have. It's the same colorway, and I like it a lot. But this one, obviously, this one with our patch is much better. And then
The Old Faithful, which this is the cheapest we've ever offered this hat. And I'm going to explain to you why. The black 112 is impossible to get. So this is made of recycled material.
Hmm.
I cannot tell any difference. I
Really?
seriously think it's the same hat. I don't know, and they just stuck a sticker on it for tax reasons. I have no idea,
Hmm.
but this is the exact same as any black 112 hat I've ever had.
Nice.
So we have the Old Faithful patch, and but previously these were $40. We everything right now is what $26. I think is what we priced it at. That's as cheap as we can go. I mean, we're just trying to get hats out the door.
Yeah, man.
So we're not making money on the hats. It's basically the cost of the hat plus Etsy seller fees, and I think that's it because you got to pay for shipping. But
Mhm.
can't beat a $26 hat, my friends.
No, not these days. 30, $35 is pretty standard.
Yeah,
I mean, we've gone to shows and seen hats for 40, which whatever, I guess.
I might double check that just so I can. Yeah, $26. Yep. And while you're on Etsy, you can check out some of our other stuff. You know, we make stuff, but our Bourbon Barrel turkey calls are on there, and the cocktail smokers, which are pretty much dead now. I don't think anybody's doing that anymore. They still make a good gift for that guy, but
Yeah. Nobody's stuck in their house anymore, so.
yep. Go out to a bar. Yeah, now it's back to being weird to drinking alone at home. It used to be normal. It was normal for like 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing it. I don't care.
Yeah, baby. Keep on doing it.
Did you have anything you want to talk to, or you want to get into some stupid news, or
What's
what's going
your
on?
weekend looking like? Do you think you're going to be able to make your flight? Have they said anything or let you know anything yet, or what?
No, nothing. I would assume, especially if the radar looks. I mean, if that storm doesn't pick up power again, I think it's done for us anyway. So my flight, it's the first flight out of Charleston, so I'll be leaving whatever 7 a.m. whenever they let flights out, and then I'm actually I got some shout outs here today. Actually, now that excuse you, think about it. So I reached out to Fitz, which is we met him. Remember Fitz? We met him at was it Cooper's Craft?
Fits the name
Brown, we got
super.
the Brown Foreman tour with him.
Yeah. Fits. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Did he move? He moved to
he
Charleston,
did.
didn't
He did.
he? Yeah.
Yeah, so he's the Brown Foreman rep for our area, and I ended up. He invited me to an event like I don't know over a year ago now. That Scottish dinner
Yeah.
that was outside. So I went to that and got his
Is that
number and like
is that where we met? You met the Ben Rake
yes,
guys, or no? Yeah.
yep. That's where we talked to the Ben Rick people. And so I reached out to Fitz and I was like, hey, I'm going up there for nothing whiskey related, which is pretty crazy. I was like, but I got my wife with me and she doesn't ever get to go do any of this fun stuff. So I was just wondering if there's any way you could set some up for me to, I'll pay for it, blah, blah, etc. If you could set up like a couple things, like one each day, like one Friday, one Saturday, something
Hmm.
like that. And he did. So he hooked me up with an Old Forester tour Friday morning at 11:45. It looks like.
Nice.
And then I got one at Woodford Reserve at 11:15 Saturday morning, and then I'll be headed down to Lexington for the barbecue bash with Camp Hero, and you will be there. You still planning on coming, or you're gonna?
Yeah, and we're playing it by ear. The only concern that I have is flooding later. Right. This is
Yeah,
what happened in 2015, where the storm dumped for like 4 days over the state, and there was some localized flooding, and then it mostly went away, and everybody was like, "Ah, cool, it's over." And then all that rain made its way from the mountains in the Midlands all the way through the river system and then made its way down here, and it became a disaster. The interstate was closed, and like I don't know how often you drive up 95, but there's a period where you're on a bridge for a long period of time. That
yep,
bridge was underwater. It was
yeah. We
bad.
got stuck there. It washed out, and we had to drive
Yeah,
all the way to Charlotte back roads and then
right.
cut back down.
Yeah, you guys got stuck all over the place. And
Yeah, it
we
took
went
us
to
over 20
Fayetteville.
hours to get home.
Yeah, we went to Fayetteville to visit her parents, and then we're like, "Oh, the storm's gone." And we tried to get back, and it took us like 8 hours to make what should have been a 3.5 hour drive.
Yeah, it
So
took us
that's what we're
over
trying to
almost
avoid.
24.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
that I
the
would extremely worry about that, but you should be able to know here soon. Like if you start seeing flooding on the
yeah.
route there.
Yeah, I told her we should know something by the end of the day tomorrow if it's going to be a doable thing or not.
I decide what I want to drink. I might do a Hollow Creek bottle pop. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. No,
Do
I
that.
should probably sit. No, I'm gonna do it. Oh, damn it! Did you see that?
I did. That almost made my
But you
stomach
Wiki
drop.
Whitetails bow rest. Those aren't for sale anymore. That means I have to do a bottle pop exclusive. Okay.
Wow.
And now I kind of want some noise.
Give me some music. Give me some music.
Yeah, all right. So this Hollow Creek Distillery, this is 118.2 proof. I filled this bottle myself with a whiskey thief. Yeah, so located right outside of Columbia, South Carolina. This is an amazing distillery. You should go check it out.
You can
Jeez,
open
can
it.
I get this thing open? Okay, I got a knife. Wow. There we go. All right, that's enough of that. Here we go. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Dude,
That was tight.
that was all on me. I filled this bottle. I corked this bottle. I popped this bottle. Good to see you again, old friend.
Yeah. Did you ever pop that? Did you ever you dipped a bottle in red wax and you weren't supposed to, or a way you weren't supposed to? What was that? Oh, that was the uh
Uh,
Firefly.
it wasn't, yeah, but it wasn't called. It's not called Fire. They open a new distillery inside
That's
Firefly. It's called Tom and Huck, I think.
Hmm.
But no, I didn't open it
It's a
because,
distillery in a distillery.
yeah, I think what it is they're trying to get away from being owned by Sazerac. I think they're trying to make some money.
Yeah, I
Because
think
I'm
so.
pretty sure Sazerac's fucking them up.
Got him by the balls.
Yeah, it seems that way. I don't know that's for sure. I don't know. And I'm not talking shit. I'm just, you know how my feelings about Firefly. I've never historically really been a huge fan.
It's a
And that hasn't changed.
It's a local commodity. I mean, it's a place. They got a cool market and they do some cool things.
They got great cocktails, man. I will go there. I took Drew there for cocktails. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drew came in town. That was a good time. He brought his buddy Jacob with him. We went, we did a bunch of fun stuff. I don't really remember
Awesome.
the most of it now. That was like 2 weeks ago. But I guess I can get rid of this bottle pop exclusive sign. There we go.
Whew. That was killing my eyes. Thanks.
Yeah. So are you gonna go with? So every other property that I had.
Yeah.
I just can't get anybody to reply to me. I mean,
Okay.
So I don't. It's like all I got's the one we're going to look at.
Yeah, that's still in the plan. I don't know if we're gonna. I had talked about crashing at camp there and driving back early Monday. We may not do that. The kids have some like school kickoff, opening house stuff on Monday. I don't want to risk missing that, so we may just do the check out the property and then just drive straight through. But
Well, I
either
was
way,
going to
yeah,
say
we're down.
this weekend. It's too late now for everybody listening, but this weekend is supposed to be one of the biggest meteor showers we've had in a while, and we were thinking about heading out of Louisville a little bit Sunday night just to watch it.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
But that Camp Here would be the perfect place to see it. Was my
Yeah, for
point.
sure. Yeah, maybe I'll talk the wife into it and we just get up and leave at like 3 in the morning. I'd rather drive early anyways, and there's nobody on the road.
Dude, so would I. That's a I can't stand to this. I'm to the point now, man. Like every time I go somewhere, I try to leave as early as possible, and just so I can get out of here and ahead of the traffic. I guess I don't know
Yeah.
if that's even true, but
When I was there
or
last year with Gavin to do working on his Eagle project, we worked really late on the last day. I think we showered and got out of there and loaded up, and we left around 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night. And so the majority of my drive was midnight and later. You know what I
mm,
mean? Once you get out of the mountains and get out of all the windy shit and actually get on just a decent interstate, there's nobody on the road, man. And I
yeah,
think it took like an hour and a half less than usual, just because there was no stopping, no traffic, none of that business. The construction that's really bad there in the mountains of South Carolina and Tennessee.
mm-hmm.
Hardly there's no traffic, nobody slamming on their brakes because they're about to run into the damn brick wall.
People that have never driven down or up a mountain before.
Yeah,
That drives me nuts.
smoking their brake pads.
It is funny to me that they don't have, because if you go out west, there's like reminders everywhere. Don't blow your brakes out, but there aren't any going through Appalachia, which is funny. It makes you wonder if like the grade's not heavy enough, because
Yeah,
you feel like people would die all the time overheating their brakes.
we saw a lot of it when we lived in Utah. We used to drive back there. It was not uncommon to see trucks and vehicles pulled over,
Yeah.
making the mistake of taking cold mountain water off a stream and throwing it on
Oof.
your calipers.
Dumb. I don't know why you
Jesus.
would think that's a good idea. That's almost as stupid as putting a High West bottle in a fire pit and then stick it in your pool to cool it down because you like the shape of it. That's almost that dumb.
Oh, I can't imagine anybody else do that.
It was me. I did that because I'm an idiot. You know how long that took to fix? Oof.
Yeah, a while.
Yeah, I had to replace my filter because I just didn't
Oh,
trust the
yeah.
glass not to cut through it, and
Mhm.
I have 4 filters. It's quite expensive.
I bet so.
Yeah,
Yeah, I ruined some calipers actually going up to, oh, where was it? Fuck. There's a little town in North Carolina where they do, like, the whole Polar Express thing. Like, you go get on a train and they, like, sing and, like, you go on this trail and there's, like, Christmas lights
I
and
like
they
that you
give you
think I would
hot
know where that is.
choc I know you don't know what it is, but I'm just telling you what it was and
Oh,
why we were up there. We took the
gotcha.
kids up there to do this thing. On the way back, it's cold up there, obviously, it was wintertime, and, driving back through the mountains, not purposely riding on the brakes, just traffic, and eventually between the cold weather, using brakes and then hitting puddles of icy cold. By the end of that trip, dude, I hit the brakes and just like the whole steering wheel would shake. And I was like, "Oh, why don't
Just
you go ahead and get
mush.
on the phone and make an appointment? Get these replaced next week."
It's actually surprising how easy you can warp rotors hitting like
Hmm.
a puddle. Like if your brakes are hot and you hit a puddle, you're gonna warp them. It's
Yeah.
pretty much guaranteed at this point.
Yep. It just depends. I mean, you take it in. So if you're lucky, they can shave it or whatever and
Chuck it up
get it
on the
out. But
lathe.
yeah, but not that time.
That's one thing about my truck, dude. I have 88,000 miles on my truck,
Yeah,
and I had the brakes done at 50, I think, and I took them in. I just had them turn the brakes. They did not replace the rotors,
really.
and I'm still on the same rotors, the 80 some thousand miles, which is pretty crazy for a truck the size of mine.
Yeah, I imagine those things come with some pretty heavy duty.
That's true too. They're not Volkswagen brakes. I guess I'm should be that surprised.
Yeah, yeah, we're talking about a Honda Odyssey, so I'm surprised if I didn't sneeze on them and it didn't fucking warp.
Dude, because it my so my grandpa was trying to buy a Honda Odyssey for somebody,
Mhm.
and we stopped to look at one, and he was like, what year do you think that is?" And I said, "I have no idea. The only person I know that has one is Gus, and that thing's been back and forth to the dealership like pretty often. Like I think they have electrical problems, like with the doors opening and stuff." And he was like, "I don't think you're right." I was like, "Okay, fuck me then. Yeah, you've been doing cars way longer than me. Don't listen to me.
Yeah,
Is your
we've
speed
only
just
had the door issue on one.
okay?
It's one door issue that sometimes it doesn't want to close. Um,
That's a
but I
pretty
mean,
big issue.
it's got over 100. It's got over 100,000 miles on it right now, and the only major issues that we've had, transmission did something goofy a couple years ago, and other than that, dude, we keep the maintenance up regularly, and for a vehicle that we've had as long as we've had and as many miles we've put on it, I've been very satisfied with it.
Okay,
It's had a few recalls, things that were electrical related, but we brought it in and they addressed it pretty quickly. Um, all that being said, 3 days ago, uh, Gavin gets in, starts it up, and all of the lights come on. Um, and I immediately narrowed it down to the camera on the front because it was the lane keep assist, the
yeah.
uh, collision mitigation, um, road departure mitigation, all those things that rely on the camera. Were so something's wrong with the camera. So whatever. Dealership wants like 1,600 to replace it. I,
Ouch.
I think I'm going to buy the camera and see if James can do it for me.
Did they validate your concern, or were they like, "Oh yeah, it's the camera," and because they actually know that it's like a comfort control module on the
No, I
front?
didn't even call him.
Yeah,
I actually just looked around and got some opinions from the good old internet, from other
yeah,
people who had the same exact issue. And that's the nice
gotcha.
thing about Odysseys is they are popular enough, and there are
Oh
so
yeah,
many of them that if you've had an issue, there's no problem finding the part you need, how somebody else fixed it, and about what they paid. You can figure it out
yeah,
pretty quickly.
yep. That's the thing about cars these days, man. If we had the technology that we had back in the '90s when we were working on, that's not fair. When we were working on 2000s, '90s cars back in the 2000s. I don't know why I said it that way, but if we had the technology we have today, dude, I don't know that mechanic shops would really be around because they were so simple. Like today, everything's a computer, but
Oh yeah, it's dumb.
back then it was like take bolt out. remove part, put
Yeah.
part back on, put bolt back in.
Yeah. Lubricate O-ring.
Yeah, like
Fucking stick it on.
that's why when people are like that's what like having neighbors because I always had cars. You've seen my house. I had cars stacked everywhere, and people neighbors would come over and be like, "See, you're pretty good with cars." I'm like, nope, I'm not, and I'm not being a dick right now. I'm just telling you, I'm pretty good at this specific model of Volkswagen. That's about it. I can't work on air cooled Volkswagens. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can figure those out, but I
Yeah.
can't.
That's the
Pre
equivalent to
2001, I got you.
right. That's the equivalent of, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I do IT. And just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can fix? No, I'm gonna stop you right there.
No, I
I
never
don't
took
fix
A
anything.
plus. I don't even know what an Ethernet cable is. I can't
I
tell
don't
you.
fix anything. I have people for that. I
Yeah.
send it to people who do that.
Yep.
You're asking the wrong person. I spend 8 hours a day in meetings. Okay, I don't fix anything.
I still do, but I don't do nearly as much as I used to. That's one thing about my job, man. Like now, you know what I do now, but they were like, "Do you like doing this? I thought you were an engineer." And I'm like, "To be honest with you, I was an engineer because it paid the most, but I've always hated it. So if you're not going to deduct my pay and you're going to give me an easier job,
Yeah,
I'll take the easier job." And
yeah,
they're like, "Well, I don't know that it's easier. It's a lot to maintain and manage." And I was like, "No, that's totally fine with me. I know how to do it all. So there's no more sitting
right.
on Google getting mad at myself that this commit isn't working." Yeah, I'll take it. All right, I'm gonna do some stupid news. I got some fucking really dumb ones today.
Hey man, America never lets us down.
We're gonna start with yeah, America not letting you down. That's what we're gonna start with. So just so everyone knows, chicken wings, as advertised as boneless, they can have bones in it. Okay, so don't buy boneless chicken wings thinking there's no bones in it. Yeah. So it's basically saying consumers cannot expect boneless chicken wings to actually be free of bones. A divided Ohio, of course, Supreme Court ruled Thursday, rejecting claims by a restaurant patron who suffered medical complications from getting a bone stuck in their throat from eating boneless chicken wings. 3 days
What
later,
the fuck, man?
feverish and unable to keep food down, Breckenmeyer went to the emergency room where a doctor discovered a long, thin bone that had torn his esophagus and caused an infection. Breckenmeyer sued the restaurant, stating, "These were boneless wings," which, of course, nuggets of boneless skin breast meat can contain bones. And so they basically said 4-3 ruling, fuck yourself. Boneless wings is a cooking style. It doesn't mean there's no bone in it.
Mm.
What do you think?
I think that sets a precedence for some really shitty stuff, man.
I think it does too. I think they're just gonna start throwing whole chickens into the grinder and being like, "Eh, fuck it. They already said we have precedents that we can't get sued, and it's cheaper. We don't got to debone them.
Yeah, that's a poor precedence for a lot.
It's not good. It's not good." All right, next one.
Oh, what's next? Seedless watermelons with seeds?
For this one, I believe we're going overseas. People unwell after woman approaches them with bag.
Uh-oh. What was it?
Zoom this in. They never said, but two people taken to the hospital after a woman approached them with a bag, leading to them unfeeling well. Avon and Somerset police said it was called to reports of a woman approaching people in Stall Street in Bath. Where the fuck is Bath, by the way?
London, it's in England.
That's what I thought. At about 14:30 British Standard Time. I guess if I had kept reading, I would know. Two people were experiencing difficulty breathing, itchy eyes as a result. But the place has now been saying it's safe. Everything's safe in this particular part. And then, of course, people are freaking out because there was chemical hazmat people walking around. No one knows what it was. But the reason I wanted to bring this up is for another reason. I've been seeing like these scam things now where people put money on the ground, like $100 bill,
Mm.
and it's doused with fentanyl. And then people come up and pick it up, and then they black out and they capture them. They give them Narcan to stop the fentanyl from killing them. And then they bind them up and throw them in a trunk and they sell them into slavery or sex work or whatever.
God damn.
I think my advice, which I'm giving to my wife in this conversation, do not talk to anyone ever. Like, we're just done. We're
I
just
tell
done
you,
talking. We just can't trust them.
I had a similar conversation with Jessica. I was like, I that we have got to get the fuck out of here and to the country and away from people.
Yeah.
ASAFP.
I
I'm
just
just done.
It's insane, dude. You can't trust people to just walk up to you on the street now. Like everyone's trying to kill you or do something malicious. And then after seeing the Venezuelan prisons are completely empty because they sent all their prisoners here,
Yeah,
that's concerning.
a little
I mean,
bit.
I've seen videos of these prisons completely empty. They let all these people out and they said, "You can leave if you go straight to America. Open border, get the F out of here. If we catch you here, we're putting you back in." And
Yeah,
then you see all these trains of whatever you want to call them showing up here and we just let them right in. And so now all these people that were in prison 6 months ago are now walking around our cities, or apparently Bath or wherever, putting fentanyl. They just, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah,
can't trust
don't
anybody, man.
don't trust people anymore. And then people are like, oh, I don't trust anybody. Yeah, I used to say that too, but I generally gave some people innate trust. Like, can you help me with something? Maybe. What do you need help with? And then that
Yeah,
person throws fentanyl in your face and you're done. Like,
benefit of the doubt.
yeah,
Tried
no
to give
more
people
of
the
that
benefit of the doubt, but yeah, I mean, even now it's to the point where, like, especially with the kids are with me, and I can see someone approaching, they want to ask a
oof,
question, like,
behind me.
"Hey, can you stop? Ask what you need. Ask your question from over there, please."
10 feet away. Do not come
Yeah,
near me. 6 feet. That's what it is. Hey, I still practice COVID law. Stay 6 feet away from me or I will react.
maybe I should start wearing a mask.
Dude, that's actually a good idea. You start wearing a mask, people just leave you alone because I think you're weird.
Hmm.
I would do it if I didn't have a
And
beard.
gloves.
Get a whole face shield again.
I watched a guy the other day, and he had his mask pulled down, and he had one hand with a glove, and one hand without. God knows what that glove was doing, and he was eating a pizza, touching with the glove on still. I wanted to just sit down and just be like,
I gotta
"What's up,
watch this
man?
guy.
Like, why?"
Who
I
hurt
just
you?
uh, you seem confused. Can I help
When,
you?
when I made Start go with me to film that reel for the archery range, and
Yep.
we stopped at a gas station on Johns Island, kind of near where I hunt. The one that I normally won't stop at if it's dark outside. So we go in there, and there's two women in line. They're both double masked around their chin in the middle of a line. There's probably 10 people in line at this gas station, and I just could not believe, like, you wake up, put two masks on, and then the only situation of your day where you should probably wear it is in the middle of a line,
And you don't have it
and
on.
you have it around your chin. It's like, I don't understand. These are just fashion now, and they were like shitty masks. They didn't even match their outfit, so they look stupid. All right.
It must match. God.
Another thing that America is doing awesomely: customers who save on electric bills could be forced to pay a utility company for lost profits. So if you have solar panels or hydroelectric or anything else that's making sure you're not using the grid, you are going to get fined for that because everyone else that can't afford solar panels needs your support to make sure they continue to get electricity. And I'm not going to read this whole thing because it's a lot. They basically try to explain it, but and say, like, it makes sense because these companies are losing money. But the answer is, uh, for sure.
That person isn't saving money. They're just reallocating their funds. Their funds are going to pay for something different because they still got to pay for those solar panels.
Correct. Correct.
What it is the government, local governments don't like not having their hooks in people. Just like the
Yep.
fact that if you live within city limits, like you're not allowed to have a dwelling and not be connected to city water. Like you can't just collect rainwater and use your own and use your rainwater.
Right.
And in some places, they'll arrest you or fine you.
And I will say, looking into this Kentucky stuff, talking to the builder, he said, unless you have a spring right next to your homestead, you should probably use city water. He said that that well water is just going to be nothing but a constant problem. It's like if you want to have reliable water source, you need to connect to the grid. So I'm
Mm.
wondering if I can find a spring and put the house next to it. If not, then I'm going to have to get on city water, which is fine. You're not typically going to lose city water. I mean, unless the world ends. But if the world ends, I got bigger problems than a shower.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So I might just be like, whatever. All right, this one. These are the rest of these are interesting or fun. Actually, no, yeah, I said it correct. So this one, teenager accused of derailing train and posting crash video online.
What?
Investigators say a 17-year-old charged with intentionally causing a freight train derailment in Nebraska and had recorded the crash, which he then posted on YouTube. And so I was thinking, like anyone would think, like, what do you think? What do you think his YouTube video looked like?
I would imagine it was him talking about like what he's gonna do, and then doing whatever to the track, and then standing off in the distance and watching it. I don't know.
So what
Like
he
the
did,
Taliban do.
he posted it and he did a play-by-play of the crash, which is pretty crazy, the things people do for YouTube fame. And he decided to be his own, and I wrote this, conductor of chaos. Which is stupid. Yeah. So he posted on YouTube and said, the Roman happened. We found around the teenager person investigated the crash and asked what happened. According to that, so that he had flipped a switch basically, and the train went off tracks. So this YouTube video is in a different person's name. So he's got an alias, I guess. So a
Yeah.
5-minute video begins with the dramatic music, shows a train approaching while the horn sounds before the screen fades to black. The video shows the train before, during, and after the derailment, while an unnamed narrator, probably unarmed too, unnamed narrator described what happened. The aftermath of the collision raises the questions of such a routine journey can turn perilous. Of what lessons can be, yeah, hilarious. He did it for YouTube fame. Like, let's go wreck a train and then film it.
Well, he can enjoy his fame from prison.
What an idiot, man. What an idiot.
It's gonna really be really hard to grow that channel to be monetized from prison.
Especially if your only hit view is a train derailment that you caused.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was interesting.
What a fucking idiot.
So if you live in Scotland and you're going to medical school,
Oh,
you're in trouble.
corpse shortage due to rising Scots are standing on business up in the Highlands, getting them medical degrees,
Yep.
going through some corpses.
Yep. And the
Fuck.
rise of number of students studying medicine in Scotland has resulted in a shortage of cadavers. Here's the joke I wrote for that. It doesn't make them funny because I say the joke, but I don't want you to think I'm reading this because I took time writing this.
Okay.
Looks like the anatomy class is running on a skeleton crew. Oh, I just snorted.
For not having any kids, you're good at dad jokes. Jeez, man.
It's just low hanging fruit. This is all
It
it is.
is.
I didn't actually work that hard.
Yeah, I know. It's funny.
According to the Scotland Deanery, which is responsible for training doctors, there were 5,930 medical students in the 2023-2024 class, which is up from 3,928. And I guess I didn't look it up, but I'm guessing that there's not that many people dying in Scotland right now, and they just can't keep it up. And then it goes on to talk about how disgusting cadavers were back in the day. They would literally just steal dead bodies. Pretty interesting read, I must say.
Damn. Scotch and cadavers, man.
All right, I got two more. Did I write a joke for both of these? I did. Okay. The last one is the last one's pretty good. All right. Bizarre hair licking incident at Arbor Place Mall. Man arrested. So
What the fuck?
Devin
That's
Davis is bonded out of the Douglas County Jail on conditions that he does not return to the Arbor Place Mall or approach his alleged victim. The 35-year-old has been charged with simple battery after allegedly licking and sucking the hair of an 18-year-old woman he did not know.
What the fuck?
This guy, I don't know who Dan Shower is, but his quote says, "That's weird." I love that it made the news. I don't know anybody that licks hair. That was his other quote. Local shopper Joyce Taylor calls the incident gross.
Gross.
I can tell you, I would keep my distance from him and keep my wife and kids from him. These people are so stupid. This is just people that are at the mall. I probably would have responded in a way that I would have been in jail today, she says.
What proof do we have that somebody with the last name Taylor said this and they didn't just make this shit
Oh,
up?
they made that shit up, dude. Nobody's at the mall.
Who goes to a
When's
mall?
the last time you went to a
anyways?
mall?
I don't think I've been to the on purpose. I don't know.
Here's the joke I wrote for the mall. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason nobody gets their hair done at the mall anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, good statement. All right, last one. And this is also my favorite joke. And I might just slip it in and saying it's mine instead of saying it's my joke. This one comes on the video. So French pole vaulter's bulge costs him the Olympic medal.
I saw this.
So here's the video. Boing.
He knows it too.
Oh yeah, he knows it.
How far was he from being a winner, Matt?
Well, what I said was that he brought the wrong equipment to the wrong job site.
I was going to say he was just a wiener away from being
A
the
wiener
winner.
away.
Yeah.
He was an inch too big to be a winner.
God damn, man.
That's it. I really enjoy doing those.
It's fun.
They're fun to look up, and they take a lot more time than you would think they do. Like, this is something that I do for...
As a hobby?
Yeah, like, it's something I look for. It's my new ADD thing. I'm trying to find ways to be ADD and not spend money. And this has been proving well.
That's a good habit to pick up.
You know, it's funny. Andy sent me... I have to read it because it's fucking spot on. She knows that I don't know if suffer is the word, but I've got it pretty bad with my little OCD tick that I have. So she sent me this, and it says, it's always the most random thing. And so it says, when the next ADHD hyperfixation comes along, and it's just a guy sitting on a couch.
Yeah.
And then like that song, and it says chainsaw. And she sent this to me, and I said, she's like, I didn't want to send it to you because I didn't want you to get all fixed on chainsaws. Well, like not 3 days ago, I made plans to go. I got to go buy a new 2-cycle gas. And I was thinking about for the storm, I was like, I should go now and get the 2-cycle gas and get a new chainsaw in case the neighborhood needs help. I can run out with a chainsaw. Then I was like, well, when I move to Kentucky, I'm going to get a bigger chainsaw, like for doing firewood and stuff. And I was like, so I don't want to buy a huge bar now. I just buy but it's also, it'd be good to have a big bar and a medium bar. So I might as well, I just like started researching steel chainsaws, but I went down the rabbit hole of the chainsaw competitions.
Oh yeah.
Dude, some of those. And then I was like, if I could put the world's smallest turbo on a chainsaw, dude, and then I just kept going. And before I knew it, I was like pricing out what it would cost to build a competition chainsaw. So when people text, me, when you text me and I don't text you back, it's because I'm probably looking up competition chainsaws. I mean,
I believe it.
I know when people text me like 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, and I don't get back to you till the morning. The reason why is because I literally have to put my phone away. I have to put my phone away and focus on being a good husband and doing whatever that means. Watch TV or cleaning the house or making dinner or whatever there, and just absorb. Before you know it, I'm learning about joint resolutions and the number and how they follow. Stupid.
But it's not stupid to you.
It's not stupid to me. I don't even realize I'm doing it half the time. I do when I start spending money. I figured that out. Because like my Glock infatuation, I mean, that costs me. That cost me a lot of money. So did the motorcycles. So did hunting. Oh, speaking of hunting, my camera, I got a camera picture a second ago.
Yeah.
And where I have that camera is underwater.
Oh, whoa, that sucks. I have to buy all new hunting apparel.
No, you don't. You just think you do because you lost weight.
I do. I've tried it all on. It's in a bag over here. None of it fits.
We have a weird delay right now.
Really? Oh.
I know the audio is good. I guess that's the video. I'll fix it in post. What's wrong with it?
It's just it's too big. Some of it might still fit, but like the pants just fall off.
Dude,
down to 195 pounds.
You're down 2. I was like, you're gonna fucking lose 200 pounds. No, yeah, you're down 2. I believe that.
Yeah. It should just fall. It's bad.
Well, if you don't recall, I got a good deal on Sika turkey hunting gear like 2 years ago, and it was 2XL, which was Sika already is too big on me at my prescribed size. So I never cared. I just wear a belt and look stupid wearing it.
Yeah.
I have been tucking shirts in more often recently, which has never been a thing for me.
I am looking forward to tucking a shirt in. I even bought a new belt with a belt buckle.
Like a cowboy belt buckle?
A cowboy belt buckle.
What's it say?
It's just got a buffalo on it.
Buffalo?
Yeah.
Does it say like state champ, buffalo riding badass or anything?
No. Just a buffalo.
Well, that's pretty sick. Are you going to wear it to the event?
Yeah, that's the plan.
I might outdo you and get on eBay and buy a rodeo buckle that's
There you
like
go with big
9
fucking
inches square.
a big dude, buy like a big tall hat.
What if I just wore this? Wore this as a belt buckle and let it hang down.
There you go. That's what you should do.
What is this magnet? Oh. Anyway,
Why do you have that there?
to be honest with you, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I would imagine I was hammering something and couldn't find a normal hammer, so I brought that in here, but I don't remember any of that. It's probably when I put this up. I guarantee that's exact. No, because I screwed that in. Oh, you know what I did do? I beat the nails into the back of it for the
Oh,
plate thing.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's exactly why it's up here.
got it.
Yeah, I don't know how I own like 7 hammers and I don't know where any of them are. So I have a sledgehammer up here in my office.
I own a lot of tools and I don't know where they are, and there are 4 reasons in the other part of the house why I can't ever find them.
Well, luckily Gavin isn't as into cars as I was because the number one thing my dad yelled at me about was his tools disappearing because they were in the
Yeah.
back of whatever car I was driving.
He's only not into cars because he doesn't have one yet.
Oh, offline conversation. I've got a good deal on something my dad owns. It's a little older, but you would never tell it was older. It's a Lexus.
Yeah.
But it ain't Lexus money.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Cool.
I kind of forgot about that. I took pictures and videos for you and then completely forgot.
That's all right. No big deal.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
What else we got? Hunting season is
Yeah.
dude, by the time this comes out, no, it won't be. Hunting season.
No,
So
but
this is the okay. So everybody that is in South Carolina, happy hunting season. This is the opening week. We open Thursday, August
that's right.
15th.
Oh man, yeah. We probably should have planned that better and done something different this episode. But that's okay. We can we'll do one the next episode.
Well, I'm gonna kill on August 15th, so we'll talk about my kill.
Nice. All right.
I don't even know if that's true. I have no idea. I got deer on camera and I haven't put corn out for a lot of reasons. One is because remember last year how many I had and they disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think this year I'm going to set up for success. So now that I have them on camera with no corn, there's no corn, no minerals. I just know where they're going now.
Yeah.
So I've got them on camera walking by. Nothing extravagant, but this may be the year that if it's brown, it's down. I mean, as far as bucks go, I was always
Are
that way with
you
those.
are you planning to hunt out of the same spot, or are you looking to move with your saddle and catch them in transit?
So you know when we come in and then that
Hmm.
road forks and it goes
Yeah.
right or left, and I used to
Hmm.
set up on the right, then I put in that field on the left. So right before that road forks, every time that I was walking out last year, not every time, but 75% of the time, I saw deer out there walking on my truck.
Ah,
So I
okay.
put the camera. I walked in there and I could see easily where they're walking around because it's pretty thick in there. They haven't mowed
Hmm.
still, so it's massively overgrown. But I put a camera in there, and again, no corn. I've had deer almost every day on camera. Nothing,
Nice.
nothing crazy. But this year, I'm in for the skin. I want to do more deer hide stuff. I really enjoyed that.
I have some. I have a. I would like to learn from you how to do that. I have uh, a project that I would like to retan a piece of hide. So I have a chair that was my great great grandfather's when he was a or my great grandfather's when he was a baby. It would have been made and built by my great great grandfather, who I'm named after, and it's a tiny little kid's chair, but it has a deerskin seat, and it's old and it's deteriorated and fallen apart. I'd love to redo it and try to bring that chair back to life.
We can do it. How big's the seat?
Dude, it's like not even like 10 inches square. It's a tiny, like a kid's chair.
Yeah. So what I recommend you do is the first deer you kill, you go ahead and skin it yourself and just
Hmm.
take your time. Don't put holes in it.
Yeah.
Um, just take your time. Don't worry about there still being meat on it. We'll get all that off. But just take
Okay.
your time and get the skin off without any holes, and then
Yeah.
I can easily show you how to do it. It's 6 weeks of stuff.
Yeah.
So and you have to buy the stuff, but it's really not that expensive.
Okay.
The other thing too is if you run across some fresh oak that somebody's cutting down, just go
Hmm.
pull all the bark off of it, and then I
Okay.
don't know how you're going to grind it up. It pretty much needs to go in a blender and turn it into powder, but not quite powder. But yeah, that's the best way because then it's all natural. And then we'll just use. So the secret is you take salt and you
Hmm.
really liberally dress it with salt and let it sit for a while, and
Yeah.
then I think I did it in water. No, I didn't. I just left it in salt. Then after that, you pull it out, and I used a pizza cutter. But if you buy, there's a lot of things you can use, but a pizza cutter works well. You run it across it, and it's really hard to puncture the skin with that thing. So you get all of the meat off, and then we
Mhm.
take lime. Wait, does the seat have hair on it?
No.
Okay, you don't want hair. Good. So you take lime and you mix up. I have the measurements. I have the everything actually. I could probably just send it to you, but you mix up the lime with the water and you make this paste, and then you cover
Mhm.
the inside with the paste, and then you fold it on itself, and then you soak it in this like lime water, basically
Okay.
limestone, not lime juice. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
I didn't
then
think it was I didn't think you were fucking
we're not making margaritas up in this
bags of
bitch.
limes.
Salt and lime. But yeah, so you do that, and then all the hair, like after I think it was 5 or 6 days, you just pull it
Mhm.
out, and that hair comes right off. It comes right off, and then you create that tanning solution. And so the way I did it is I boiled the wood
Mhm.
and create like this heavy, heavy tanning solution. And then once you get all the boiled wood done for like, it's boiled for like half an hour, maybe an hour.
Yeah.
You dump it, you strain it out, dump it all in there, and then you get a separate bucket and you put all those wood chips in there and you fill it up with water, and that's what's going to be your pre-tan. So that's what's going to actually give you the color on the outside. So
Okay.
you put that skin in there with no meat on it, no hair. You put that in there, and then once you see the color kind of changing, 12, 24 hours, you put it in that really concentrated mixture, and that's what tans
Mhm.
it. And it's really easy. You just come in every 2 or 3 days, you cut a corner off and just make sure that the inside is not white. So the inside's white, just put it back in there and let it keep going.
Okay.
Because what that'll turn into is rawhide. So you want to make
Oh, I
sure
see.
that that
Yeah.
tan goes all the way through and there's no white. And then when you
Right.
pull it out, you just basically dry it and you roll it up. It's what you call breaking it. And so I roll it up like that. And then I just bend it over a countertop and just work it. And you may just keep
Yeah.
doing that, apply some leather seasoning,
Seen
conditioning
yeah, I've
to
seen
it.
somebody do that before. I've
Mhm.
seen someone work in the leather like that. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
You're just gonna see it's a lot of work to get the meat off. That's the
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah, that's the definitely the most work. The rest of it is just time, just
Yeah.
waiting,
Cool.
waiting. And I would do a whole video on it, but I can't because that would literally be stealing because I paid for this class and I'm not going to do that to them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it.
But I might make a blog post. Did we figure that out?
Yeah, I can add a blog back to it. It's pretty
Sick.
easy. Yeah,
Did you
it's
save some of the old blogs?
no, I thought you were doing that.
Well, fuck. All right.
That sucks. All right. Well, actually, I'll double check. I don't know if I did or not.
I definitely didn't. I didn't. I missed that task.
I have an author who can write really fast.
Yeah, true. I also got Trevor chomping the bit to get back into the mix for the cigar
Okay.
stuff. So
Well, I'll do that. I'm guessing when this weather picks back up eventually on the other side of this eye, we're at some point we're going to lose power. There's too much water and too many trees. It's bound to happen. So I'll have time to do something.
So I woke up at 5 and could not sleep. And so I went to the gym this morning,
Yeah.
and the only lights that were on probably a quarter mile from my house all the way to the gym was the gym. I don't know how. I don't know if they just got lucky or the generators are run. I don't know.
Hmm.
So I worked out. There was 3 people in there, um, including me, and not staff. And so it was so strange, dude. I was going to my piece of equipment, like it's a cable machine that I was going to use, and
Yeah.
both checks ended up on the cable machine. So I felt awkward, and I was like, I want to go somewhere else. But as I'm like finishing my set, I better not tell the story. A girl did something really gross, and I
Oh,
was like,
gross.
ugh. And so I didn't even finish my set. I just left and went somewhere else. She was scratching a place that she shouldn't be scratching, like a lot, like just fucking every rep, just
Yeah.
like getting in there. Anyway,
Gross.
welcome to the end of the podcast. All right.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Oh yeah, power is going to go out. Yeah, I got you. Cool. That's all I got.
Yeah, I forget what point I was making. Oh, I'll have some time to, because then I can just use my laptop battery and tether with my phone and do
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
Cool.
Also, we
All
could
right.
probably use the Wayback Machine. Maybe.
The Wayback Machine.
Yeah, Google's Wayback Machine. You can like
Yeah.
pull up. I don't know if our website got enough traction to get screenshots from the Wayback Machine, but we can see.
Maybe.
Possible. All right. That's it. Cool. Okay, bye.
Drinking whiskey.